What's up, everybody? It's KFabian27. My name is Keegan, and today I'm going to be predicting who's going through in the Champions League phase. Okay, so the Champions League phase is going to be very difficult because there's 36 teams and only 16 of them will qualify through to the knockout rounds. With this being said, we're going to be showing who's going to be the safe group, who's going to struggle in there and probably have to go through the knockout round, and who's absolutely cooked and they're definitely going home. Now let's get started, okay? So first up on the list, we have PSG, okay? Let's be clear, without a shadow of a doubt, PSG are definitely going to be safe, and I'll tell you why. They are the former champs. Not only that, they won 4 trophies last year, which were all 4 that they could win in Europe. Someone stopped them from that 5th one. Dembele picking up an injury is going to be worrying. Doué picking up an injury is going to be worrying, but I think they'll thug it out, as we say. Real Madrid, I think they should be confident. They did have a bit of a worry last season, and I still am not sure about the Xabi system. It's working so far in La Liga for them. We'll see how it goes. Manchester City, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think this season they're probably going to struggle a little bit in the Champions League, especially because they have a couple of injuries already in their squad. And on top of that, I'm not sure if Pep's actually figured out what he's doing yet this season. 1 win in 3 games in the Premier League so far. His only win is against Wolves. He lost to Tottenham, and I think he lost to someone else. I forgot who. It's not looking great for him right now, but I'm sure he's gonna pull off a couple of wins. Man City has some tough opponents as well. Napoli's not gonna be a walk in the park. Monaco is not gonna be a walk in the park. Dortmund isn't gonna be that easy. Leverkusen's probably going to be a bye this year. Real Madrid's a rough one. Bodo Glimt, they should be able to pull that one off. It's not going to be easy for them, I'm not going to lie to you. It's actually going to be quite difficult for Man City to make it through with those games, especially with the way they've been playing recently. That being said, let's move on to Bayern Munich. I think they should be confident they're going through. With Musiala out injured, that is a big hit, but they still have plenty of other good players, and they've been playing very well. Let's not forget they've just signed Nicholas Jackson, next coming of R9. They called him Neymar growing up, and for good reason. For good reason. Let's move on to Liverpool. I think Liverpool is going to be safe. They've been phenomenal in the Prem this year, and they were phenomenal in the Prem last season. They did phenomenal in the Champions League last season, and there's honestly nothing showing that they won't do great again. Now, as far as the safe spots goes, I only really want to put 5 teams in this safe category, because there's only going to be 8 teams that actually qualify in total. So I want to say about 5 of them will be safe, and the rest of them will be in this confident position, and they'll be kind of on the edge of possibly in the knockout round. The worried and cooked, yeah, they're just worried and cooked. And that actually brings me to my next one. I think Inter Milan should possibly be worried. I want to double check their games real quick just to make sure. Actually, Ajax, they should win. Slavia Prague, they should win. Union, they should win. I don't know this one. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. There's some teams I do not know how to pronounce. So apologies if I mispronounce it. Correct me in the comments. Kairat Almaty. I think they should win. Kairat Almaty. Atletico, that one's going to be rough. But I think Atletico has been struggling so far at the start of the season. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be in late November. Liverpool, they're not winning that one. I'm going to be straight up with you. They're not winning against Liverpool. Arsenal, that one's going to be an interesting game, but I think Arsenal will, once again, pull off their amazing feat of not losing. Nah, I'm going to put them bottom of confident. I'm going to put them bottom of confident just because I think a lot of their games should be tap-in wins for them. Since I've already mentioned them, we're actually going to already take care of Kairat Almaty, okay? They play Sporting, they play Real Madrid, they play Pafos, they play Copenhagen, and they play Olympiacos. I think I'm going to be happy for them if they pull off a win in any of these games. So honest with you. Any of these games, if they pull off a win, I will be happy for them. Union? Are we going to... Union, right? Yeah, Union, Belgium. They're from Belgium. Once again, they play PSV, Newcastle, Inter, Atleti. They're going home. Union is going home. Qarabag, I'm not going to check who you're playing. You're going home. Pafos, you're going home. Olympiacos, yeah, you're going home. Marseille could Marseille's possibly going to be in that knockout round. Possibly. There's going to be 12 teams that are just knocked out straight away. So this cooked category I could probably just fill. And I think Bodo Glimt, you're gone. Copenhagen, you're gone, mate. Slavia Prague, you're gone. Ajax should definitely be worried. I'm not sure who they have left, especially because their main striker, Brobbey, has just been signed to a Premier League club who's not even in European competition. So he's just left Champions League for the love of the game, I guess. I don't know. Newcastle. Newcastle are going to struggle. Newcastle are definitely going to struggle. Napoli, I'm going to put in struggle as well. I really like Napoli. I kind of like to support Napoli. They seem like this re-emerging underdog of the Serie A. But without Romelu Lukaku, it's going to be interesting. Interesting is what I'll say. Now we're going to go to the big dogs. Chelsea, I want to say Chelsea are going to be safe. I'm not saying they're going to be ahead of these two here on the table. But I do think they're going to be safe. World champions. Coming off of a European trophy already. That's two reasons. The third, they just look very good. João Pedro has showed no signs of slowing down. And I'm very proud of the way the team plays, okay? I don't even like to glaze my team that much. But I think they deserve the glaze. And the tough thing is, whoever these confident teams are usually going to be the ones who win the small games, but lose in those big matchups. And I could see a Real Madrid upset happening. I could see a Bayern upset happening. Inter, I can see getting upset. I might want to move them down a little bit. We'll see, though. I'm going to put Barcelona into safe as well. It's going to be interesting, though, because these two teams do clash. And I think they also clash with PSG. So because they clash against two teams already up here, I might have to move them down to confident, because then they're going to have to pull off a win against both of those teams, which is going to be unlikely. I want to say unlikely to pull off a win against both those. Barca fans, don't slate me in the comments, okay? I'm just being so honest with you. To pull off both those wins is very impressive, and if that comes to pass, then y'all are number one in the safe category. That's just that's how it is, okay? But seeing what I've seen already, the ones who have European silverware right now are those two teams. It is what it is. We're going to go with Athletic Club. Nico Williams should be worried. He should be worried. I have my doubts about them going through. They didn't make it to the final of the Champions. They didn't make it to the final of Europa League last season, as they get battered by Manchester United. An unfair red card. Did have something to play in it, but, you know, I think the game is the game, and they lost the game. They lost the game, so that says all you need to know. Galatasaray, top of worry. They should be very worried. Very worried, probably cooked. If they pull off an upset in that knockout round, that would be phenomenal. See Galatasaray make it to the last 16 would be insane. Sporting's going home, I think. I think Sporting's going home. Their identity's kind of gone. Harder's gone. That's a crazy name. Gyökeres is gone, and Gyökeres, might I add, quite an interesting player. Let me just put it there. And because of that, Arsenal, I'm gonna say, are gonna be confident, but Gyökeres is gonna bang in the easier games. Let me see Arsenal schedule real quick. So they're playing Athletic Club, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Club Brugge, Slavia Prague, Olympiacos. Those are going to meet the general Gyökeres, okay? But when he shows up against Bayern, Atleti, you're not going to see him, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. He's not going to be that much of a presence from what we've seen in the Prem so far of him. And that's unfortunate for Arsenal, because they just forked out a whole bunch of money for him to be their main man leading the line. So I'm going to have them in that confident position. No, I'm going to reposition this. I'm going to boost them up. I'm going to boost. I can't see Arsenal going out that early, I don't think. I think you got to say Arsenal's safe. But Gyökeres is still going to be interesting. He's going to be a heavily talked about figure this campaign for sure. Borussia Dortmund, bottom of confidence. I'm not really sure about them. Bayer Leverkusen, bottom of struggle. They are definitely struggling. If not, I might just bump them down to worried, to be honest with you. I think Marseille probably does have a better chance. Atletico, top of worried. I'm going to move Man City up. Benfica, struggle. Napoli, I'm moving you higher. Yeah. Atalanta, struggle. Tottenham is an interesting one. Tottenham is a very interesting one. I haven't mentioned Tottenham yet. Who did Tottenham even play? Villarreal, Bodo Glimt, Monaco, Copenhagen, Paris, Slavia Prague, Dortmund. I'm going to put them bottom of confident. I think there's a good chance they go through. But Spurs have been known to be Spursy, so every now and again they might just show up and lose to Bodo Glimt and then beat PSG. You know, that's just something that I can see happening with Tottenham. Villarreal above Leverkusen for sure. Juventus. I haven't even mentioned Juventus. Juventus, probably behind Newcastle in struggle. You can barely even see this logo. Apologies for that. Eintracht, I think, should be worried. Yeah, I think they should be worried with the loss of their main two forwards, who basically carried them last season in all the attacking play. It's going to be difficult for them. For sure, going to be an interesting one. Club Brugge, very worried. Probably cooked. Most likely cooked. I'm going to move. I have all of this the wrong way arranged, to be honest. It just is what it is. You're cooked, okay? It doesn't really matter the order. I'm going to put PSV in struggle. I think I could see something out of PSV. Probably ahead of Marseille. Monaco, lastly. I'm going to drop Monaco right in here. I think that's a good list. 8 of these are definitely going to be the ones to make it through. I think that's without a doubt. It's going to be 8 of these. Any of these make it into these top or into the top 8, I will be bamboozled. I will be bamboozled if any of these guys make it up into there. For sure, I'm gonna say my dark horse is Napoli. Napoli's my dark horse, probably making it up in there. Atletico, we could probably see making it up, possibly. But probably through knockout stages, these guys. These guys are mostly probably making it out through knockout stages. And I'm guessing, I guess 4 of these guys, 4 of the guys up here are going to be in that knockout round as well. I do think these 5 are for certain going to be going through as safe. 3 English clubs, 1 Spanish, 1 French. Let me know what y'all think about the rankings in the comment. Have I been a bit harsh on some of these guys? Are they going to pull off upsets? Probably. There's probably going to be an upset game with one of these guys beating one of these clubs. But, you know, there's no Manchester United here for them to batter in. You know, if they wanted that, there's nothing they could really do because, you know, they're not even in Europe. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.